A week from yesterday, my husband and I will celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary. It brings a lot of memories, but I want to share one of them. It was 1996, the year we got married. Twice, if you can believe it. Since we knew not all our friends and family could travel, we held two ceremonies. Following our May wedding in Russia, my husband, family, and I traveled in August from Russia to New York for our second wedding in US. Our travel plan for August wedding was very logical and workable, or as we thought. Traveling from Russia to US was not cheap and we were students, so we decided to save money and use miles tickets where possible. As a result, we all took separate flights. My husband was scheduled to arrive to JFK Airport first on a direct flight from Moscow on Delta. I had KLM flight via Amsterdam, which was due to arrive about an hour after Delta flight. My family would arrive last, another hour later on the direct flight by Airflot. We would all arrive to JFK within a couple of hours of each other. My husband and I planned to rent a minivan and then wait for our family at JFK Airport for 7 of my family members and friends. Since we could not all fit into one minivan, my mother-in-law Pam was planning to meet us at the airport with her minivan. She would help shuttle us to her house in Hartford, Connecticut, which is over 2 hours away from JFK, as many of you know. 10 of us would easily fit into 2 minivans. What could go wrong? Well, of course, just about everything went wrong. My husband's plane was canceled, causing him arrive 1 day late. My flight from Amsterdam had 7-hour delay. My family arrived first, but not without their own invention. When they got airborne on their Airflot flight, pilot announced that they're not going to fly directly to JFK Airport. Instead, they're going to take a detour through Atlanta, where they're going to drop off Paralympic athletes. In Atlanta, you may recall that Summer Olympic held in Atlanta that summer, and that year, 1996. What to do? My mother-in-law, Pam, bless her soul, drove for 2 hours to JFK to greet my 7 family and friends, none of whom spoke good enough English to navigate JFK. Thankfully, my 13-year-old nephew, who studied in English school, served as my family's translator with my mother-in-law. My flight wouldn't arrive until late that night, so my mom, my nephew, sister, and her friend rode with Pam to her house. And my dad, my brother-in-law, and his friend had to take Connecticut limousine bus to Connecticut, in Hartford, where they're going to stay. Well, they all had to spend the whole day together. And my family loved shopping, so Pam decided to take everybody to West Farms shopping mall. Why not? It's a good chunk of time to kill. At the mall, my mom, my sister, and nephew sat together in the cafe in the open area near the food court. They had almost nothing to say to each other because of the language differences. There were a lot of silences. But my mom remembered she remembered one of these expressions that she learned from her intensive English training from her friend. She suddenly and proudly announced to Pam, "Open the door, please." Pam jumped from her chair, certain that was an urgent request. She looked around, which of course was nowhere in the open area. Well, my sister immediately understood what happened through my nephew and explained to Pam why my mom said that. They all started laughing. We often retell this story to our friends, and every time it brings a laugh. Ironically, that episode opened the door to a deeper relationship between our Russian and American families. And the phrase, "open the door, please," is now affectionately famous in our families, especially when we talk about language differences. Back